Hello everyone, I've just spent all my Stardust on Incineroar for the Open Master League. Literally everything. But this Pokemon's actually really interesting because it can do neutral to about everything that it's countered by. Like, there's some really cool things that it just complete. Like, it can two-shot a Dialga, it can two-shot a Togetic, like, it can two-shot a lot of stuff with Blast Burn or Darkest Lariat. I'm also running Machamp and Togetic just because, I just found this team worked really well. They're running Shadow Mewtwo with Confusion, and it's a Shadow Shiny, which is super cool to be seen, but, okay, very interesting. So now we can literally just hardwall them with, Incineroar. And another great thing about Incineroar, I'm actually going to bait here because I don't really need to go straight for the Darkest Lariat. I've got a bait move. Is that it can survive a superpower from basically anything. Even, sorry, there's a tractor going by. Even, yeah, there's a game later on where I survive a superpower, which is super cool. And they swap out into Togetic. I overfarm by 1 just because I want to have a move loaded. And now theirs is higher level than mine. Almost level 50. Togetic or Togetic is not a very common spawn, so I don't really see it. Now I will get to the Aurora Sphere. Now this will either KO or grab their final shield, depending on what they want to do. Because if this grabs their final shield, then we can just farm them down with Incineroar. Because these charms are actually neutral, which is it's one of the best things about Incineroar. It's actually neutral and not super effective. One of the best things. They full send a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, Dazzling Gleam, not Gleam. Okay, that's big shield. And they're coming back in with that Mewtwo, the last Pokemon. And we've got Darkest Lariat to completely boom. Bye-bye, Mewtwo. That thing didn't even get to throw a move at us. Anyway, Incineroar into the next one, into Melmetal. This is actually an amazing matchup. Even though they can get to those superpowers really quickly, we can actually survive a few of them. Now they're coming in with Reshiram. Just watch this. I'm going straight for the Darkest Lariat after one Snarl, just because I can have more energy than I need. And look at how much. They would be a fool to let this through. We can almost one-shot them and get 2 charms in for free for no extra cost. And they're coming in with Giratina Altered? No, Giratina Origin, or not Altered. Which is very good for us because there's nothing that they can really throw that threatens. So we get the full farm down. And they've just got that Melmetal in the back, which we've got 2 Pokemon that literally just destroy Melmetal. So yeah, this Melmetal is completely stuffed here. Sadly, they will maybe get the full farm down. No, they go throwing the move. Okay, I'm no shielding this. I'm going to keep 2 shields from the back. They go for the superpower. Okay, and they fully undercharge that. That's not going to KO. I think he's trying to get us into a range where he can farm us down, but then you might as well go for a Rock Slide and undercharge it crazily. Like, superpower just keeps lowering and lowering your defense, so he's trying to get us into a range, and every time he goes for the superpower, he keeps lowering his attack, so he has to charge it more and more. I'm no shielding this too, because if he doesn't charge it properly, then we can just, he doesn't charge it, so we can get to another Aurora Sphere, either taking him out, or grabbing a final shield, and then we can just come in with either our Pokemon and just like farm down, or something. We are going to swap out, because I might as well, and I'm actually going to get, they go for another superpower, but their attack is so low, I don't need to shield this. I don't need to shield this. Yeah, it does nothing. Actually, I think a superpower would KO if they hadn't lowered the attack so much. I lie. They would KO. So Blast Burn comes through, takes out that Melmetal, and that one mistake won us that game. Well, no, we still would have been able to beat them with the Machamp. This is an actual pretty neutral lead. I mean, they are resisting a fast move, and they very weirdly okay, so that if you don't know there, my opponent obviously thought it said we were core broken and showed them the core brokenness. And Metagross into the next one again. We wall it unless Earthquake. Okay, Earthquake is the only thing that can hurt us. Otherwise, we completely wall it. I go straight for the Blast Burn. I mean, Blast Burn is our bait move and Darkest Lariat is our strong move. Now they swap out. Didn't they just swap out of a Togetic into that? Now they're swapping out again. Okay, interesting. But now there's nothing they can throw. Garchomp is completely, utterly walled by Togetic, and that's why I actually love this. They go for the Earth Power. That does absolutely nothing, and we can just completely Charm farm them down. Charm is a very, it's not skill-based, it's more of just annoying. I am gonna no-shield this, okay? Because I was like, okay, let that through. They full send an Earthquake. That does nothing, so we can go off the Aurora Sphere, and this will do some decent damage if they choose to let through. Let's see what our opponent chooses. They shield. Okay, we grab the final shield, and that is very good for us, because now we can just come in with Incineroar, 1 Blast Burn, and then have a full Pokemon in the back. We have a Blast Burn loaded. Now, I could have actually thrown a couple more Snarls and get quite a lot of energy for the Pokemon in the back, but I don't think this is going to be too detrimental. I lag here a bit. I think my opponent actually put down their phone. Did they? No, they've got Rayquaza in the back. Now, this is where Darkest Lariat comes in clutch. It's neutral, but Darkest Lariat gets same time attack bonus, which is stab, and is a absolutely busted move, near one-shot, and we can snipe with Machamp and get the 2 shield flicks again, because we didn't even have to do something else. We've got Scizor into the next one. Our whole team does decently well into Scizor, except Togetus. Togetus kind of has a very bad matchup into Scizor, just because of these bullet punches go crazily. Sorry, there's a bloody tractor parked outside my bloody recording studio. They let the Blast Burn through, okay? They're going to be coming in with a Rhyperior. I'm going to overfarm by 2 Snarls and then swap out into my Machamp, because they have Ursaluna in the back. That's cool. I can't wait for Blood Moon Ursaluna to be added. It's going to be such a cool Pokemon, but I love this thing's design. Now, I actually can 2-shield farm them down and come out with a boatload of energy to threaten the Rhyperior in the back. So this opponent is probably gonna, we'll beat them. And the opponent sees the writing on the wall and just concedes the match in like 2 seconds. Anyway, another one into Incineroar, into Machamp. Now this is a very, very bad matchup because, okay, they concede the match. Wonderful. They must have been very core broken. I do keep those in for now because I want to show it off. Now this is not a good matchup. Groudon, not a good matchup. I'm gonna swap out into my Machamp. Now they throw 1 Dragon Tail, and for some reason they're not tapping, so I'm just gonna wait for them to come back. And they just concede the match. I was like, okay, they lagged out, let me just come back for you, but no. Galarian Zapdos, best buddied into the next one. That is so cool to be seen. It's not level 50, but that's so cool. So I'm gonna swap out, because we have a very bad matchup. They're coming in with a Purified Rhyperior. This is horrible for us. This is absolutely horrible, because we'll only get, okay, we'll only get to 1 Aurora Sphere, so, I mean, we've got Machamp to, sorry, voice break. Did you, I don't know. We've got Machamp to maybe farm them down. Yeah, this is a perfect farm down range for Machamp. So we can literally just farm down with Machamp, and, oh, they get to a move, okay. So I'm gonna have to shield this, because it'll do a lot of damage, and they go for the Stone Edge. Okay, I could have actually not shielded that, but I'm gonna be able to farm them down, and they'll be coming in with a, hello, what are you bringing? They're bringing back in that Galarian Zapdos, so that is a very, very bad matchup. So I'm going to build up to almost 2 Cross Chops. Going to come and get the first Cross Chop. Now, actually, my opponent, I think, put their phone down thinking that I was running Stone Edge, so my opponent just, yeah, they put down their phone, which sucks, so I am just gonna counter them down because I want to see what's in the back, and I want to show this because I want to show the battles, like just how the battles go. I know there's some people that handpick battles. I'm just putting in the battles straight core. I mean, I don't add the losses because when they lose, it's like a hard counter loss. They're running Dialga Origin Form. Now they actually start tapping again, so maybe they were lagging, so I'm super sorry, trainer. If you do end up watching this, I'm super sorry. Sorry. So I do have like a crap, almost 100, okay, I have 100 energy, so 1 Cross Chop, jeez, that does a lot of damage. I actually didn't think that would do that much damage. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like another, I'm gonna have to swap out and do Blast Burn. No, I can just go straight to Cross Chops, and that takes that thing out. Incineroar into Yveltal. Okay, this is a good matchup on paper, but I'm gonna swap out because Charmed is an absolute busted move. And I think that's very close to level 50, which is super cool. And I love this thing's design. It's from my favorite region. So yeah, it's just like the coolest dang thing in the world. And I just love that Pokemon so much. And sorry, I had to get out. There was a bug in, and I had to get it out. I hate this tractor. I'm gonna actually go ask it to move after this. Oblivion Wing, I shielded because one Oblivion Wing does a lot of damage. Sorry, I Yeah, this is very annoying. Okay, that's a Shadow Mewtwo, which is cool. Very cool. Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, which is super cool. And I think that's actually, yeah, that's very close to level 50. So props on that trainer for level 50, almost level 50, and it's shiny. I don't know if when I get a shiny, it's not very good. Like, I have a few good IVs from eggs, but now we can literally just hardball them with Incineroar, and I'm baiting with the Blast Burn, but we lose CMP. I'm gonna Snow Shield this. Not even a Shadow Ball will KO. If they're running, what's that move called? It's called Focus Blast, that thing. If they were running that, just props on that trainer. But no, they weren't. They were running Side Strike. They're swapping out into another Rayquaza. This trainer does not know the power of Machamp. I mean, the power of Incineroar. Machamp, we're not showing it all. We're using Incineroar in the Open Master League. Okay, theirs is a higher level, but that does so much damage. Now we can actually just counter them down. I actually thought of, I'm going to shield this because now we actually have enough energy on our Incineroar to actually get to a move up against the thing. And now I'm not going to throw the Cross Chop, I'm going to throw the Heavy Slam just because I don't think it's resisted. Is it resisted? It might be, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it is, but now we've put them into a range where they have to throw a move, otherwise we'll be able to farm them down, which is a very good thing to be, because now they're in a range where one Snarl just takes them out and we win that game. Into the next one. I'm a bit late, so I'm going to swap out into my Machamp, and now we're at a range with this Tyranitar. Sorry, I had a bit of a thing, so I have to redo the voiceover, but I just cut out the bit that I got wrong, and I'm just restarting, so if it sounds a bit weird, I'm sorry. But now they swap out into... Did they swap out? I can't see. Yeah, they swapped out into Groudon, but these Cross Chops are actually crazily. Now we could actually go for the full farm down. 2 shield farm down? Yeah, we're gonna do it. 2 shield farm down. Finally, that Tractive ran away. Yippee! So now we can literally just 2 shield farm down because this trainer just let those Cross Chops through. We can 2 shield farm them down and threaten whatever's in the back because they still have that Tyranitar. So what will they be coming in with? They will be coming in with a Dragonite, and we can just hard punish them with Togetisk, and Togetisk... Okay, they farm up and they're coming back in with Tyranitar, but Tyranitar's at a very low HP that they're gonna have to... If this is the Brutal Swing, we can farm down. It's just the Brutal Swing, so now we can just farm down this Tyranitar before they can farm us down with Smackdown. And now I'm gonna go for the Rotosphere to hopefully grab a shield because... I need shields for it to be good. Now, we grab the final shield and we get one more charm off, which is amazing damage. We need that. So I'm going to come in and I'm going for the Heavy Slam. Sadly, there wasn't on CMP. Well, if it was, I think Machamp loses. I might be wrong, but I might be right. I'm not sure. Anyway, we grab the final shield, so that's incredible. And now, they throw a move perfectly before we get to the Cross Chop. Amazing timing by my opponents. They full send the Draco. Trainer, what move are you using? So now they are debuffed, and we'll get to the Blast Burn. Sadly, the game doesn't register my click, and it gives them a ton of fast moves, so they can get to a superpower, but that is not resisted, that is debuffed, so it won't KO. And we can just go for the Blast Burn, and that takes out the Dragonite, winning us that game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these videos. If you have anything else for me to show off, just leave it in the comments. But maybe give it a little bit of time because I literally spent over 300,000 Stardust on this Pokemon because my best IV was very, very low. Anyway, I have the candies and everything, but that was a lot of Stardust to be spent. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.